Here's a guy that I'm pretty sure is dead, but I wanted to talk about. Adolf Hitler. You familiar with his work,
Theo's
Joe?
going to love that subject, yes.
Yeah, Theo loves the Hitler. There is bidding on a historical auction in Connecticut. They're holding a public auction for some of his medical reports.
Okay.
Some of which reveal that he has, and I quote, among other things, the dictator had uncontrollable flatulence.
Is that a real thing?
It sounds awful. Used cocaine and received injections of bull semen to bolster his sexual vitality.
You know what I find the most unbelievable? The flatulence. Because
Why?
first of all, they put cocaine in Coca-Cola. I guess they didn't know how dangerous a drug it was. And I don't know what year that was, but I'm sure it was around 1930 or whatever when he started his little shindig. And the bull semen, is there, testosterone of some kind? I'm sure there is, right? What do you mean inject, by the way? You put it in his bloodstream?
He has sex with a bull.
What? No.
Finishes. No, I don't think that was it. Well, I assume that they know he's not just on a whim having bull semen.
What would you pay for something like that?
I don't want more sexual vitality. It just get me in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really interested in, I'm perfectly happy with the current duration. Brevity is more the word I guess I'm looking for.
I'd want a pill that makes me have no sexual desire. So if I'm in a situation where I could do something wrong, I could just take this pill and I'm good. I mean, that's the invention. All this Viagra, all this stuff. No, I want stuff to squash it temporarily.
I'm sure they make that. I mean, if you're serious, you can get that.
I am serious.
Listen, I promise you, now you're going to lose your girl.
Why?
If you're not interested in her romantically
No.
at all.
It'll wear off. It's not like forever. It's a temporary thing. Like Viagra is temporarily makes.
Well, under what circumstances would you take it? Would you be like, right now I want to have no libido. Boom. When is that?
I'm out of town on some gig. Some amazingly hot girl walks up to me. I said, I don't even want to have to even go down that road. I don't
so
think about it.
That would be for her benefit.
Help to remain faithful. Yes.
So do you think, though, the energy that creates, that tension, makes you funnier?
I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, maybe. I hadn't thought of it that way, but there's probably some to that. I mean, Hitler was taking, bull semen, and he was hilarious.
I mean, maybe that's what made him such a dynamic public speaker. By the way, when I see him speak, and I don't speak German, I don't see the appeal. I don't see him acting maniacal where that would make people rally around him. Is he considered a great speaker?
I think it's more of a fear. I don't think.
Yeah. Was he flatulating the entire time during those amazing?
Well, I do think that if you fart in the middle of saying something, you lose a little credibility with what you're saying.
Well, he's mic'd at his mouth, not his ass. I mean, you're not going to be able to.
Just in general, like what the people around him could hear or smell. I mean, if he's got uncontrollable, then it's happening during all these speeches and all these strategy meetings.
There was a time where, when he was climbing the ladder of whatever he was trying to,
Right.
whatever he was trying to achieve, where if he did that during that period of time, then he would never have gotten there. But once he got there, once he became the dictator, he could have done that all day. People were afraid of him.
At that point, yeah, like he'll kill you if you laugh at his fart.
Right. You can't, there's nothing you can do. So is that something that you can develop?
Flatulence?
Well, I'm talking about uncontrollable.
I imagine it would, uncontrollable is a strong word, but I think rampant. I mean, would you rather have uncontrollable flatulence or nonstop bad breath?
Wow. I mean, bad breath. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. I guess it doesn't matter. I don't really have a preference. I mean, I guess you can stay away from someone and never let them know that, but then you can never be intimate.
Well, I think at that point, your intimacy game is over.
If you always have bad breath?
If you have bad breath and if you're constantly farting. If you're about to hook up with a girl for the first time,
right?
Start farting, she's not going to, it's done.
There's a lot of times when I'm able to allow that to escape unnoticed. If you have bad breath, there's nothing you can do about it.
Well, there are certain positions that lend themselves more to bad breath.
Yeah, but you have to get there.
Right.
You've never been in a situation where you were able to do that before you kissed a girl. That's never happened to you.
If I had really bad breath, I would I don't want to get too graphic, but I would perform a certain act on her first, and then any sort of breath problem she might blame it on herself.
That is horrible.
That might be a way to get around it. I mean, at that point, her expectation of your breath smelling great is probably lowered.
Normally, I'm right away. Here's what I'd prefer. But I don't know. I guess I would take the gas. I would take the gas because I feel like I can muffle it or put myself in a position where they don't make enough noise, or I could walk around. But it's all the time? Because then there's nothing you can do about it then.
You could make a living off that skill.
Yeah, but I don't want to be that guy. Do
no,
you?
But you can't have a YouTube clip of having bad breath.
You can't make a living having YouTube clips either, or we'd be rich and famous.
Well, no, because people have to, click on the YouTube. They don't do that with ours. We just put them up constantly, Rob Joe Show.
Well, I will say this. If you had anybody who was famous for their public speaking to have this condition, I'd want it to be Hitler.
I really want this to be true. That's just funny to me, that he's all serious looking. Maybe that's why he's so tense that it's built up, and he's got to release the tension somehow.
Is that a real thing? I just Googled it. Uncontrollable flatulence. The first thing is how to control it. But there it is. Yeah, Dr. Donica. There's a Wikipedia on uncontrollable flatulence.
Well, you would think then, Lou Gehrig's disease is a real disease, and he was a famous person that died from it, and now it's referred to as Lou Gehrig's disease. So we should just refer to, he's got Adolf Hitler.
Well, you'd put disease. You wouldn't just...
He's got Adolf Hitler disease.
Yeah.
He kills Jews? No, he farts all the time. What do you think?
Hey, Robbie, at this point in your current relationship, if your girl now said, hey, this just in, I've been doing everything I can to keep it away from you, but I have uncontrollable flatulence, would you still blow off a comedy show that you drove 2 hours to see?
If she's managed to hold it in this long, it's fine.
What if she's a regular, 6-7 times a day she'll let him loose in front of you?
I would have already discovered this at this point.
Robbie, do you know how hypotheticals work? You understand? What if you could fly? Well, I can't. Well, no, I know you can't fly, Robbie. If you don't,
it would bother me if a girl's constantly farting around me.
It bothers me more that
Does
Robbie
it smell?
doesn't know how hypotheticals work. That bothers me more than anything.